Let's get my boots off, get comfy. Hello everyone, it's Artsy back again with another video, and this time I'm doing something a little bit different, mainly because I've got a really busy week coming up. So I thought I'd just show you a little bit of footage from mine and Jordan's trip to Japan. We got most of our interesting, cool stuff from Japan, so I just thought I'd share with you now. And just a forewarning, most of these things are toys. And in remembrance of being in Japan, I'm going to be eating a mochi and drinking some green tea. This green tea, this is from Japan. This is from Wasabi. I'm cheating. Can't open it. I know a lot of people don't like mochi because it's a little odd, the texture, but I don't know, I kind of like that kind of chewy, sweet, I don't know. It reminds me of like eating a clown. It's good. That in the middle is sweet bean paste. Basically, for those of you that don't know what mochi is, it's rice that's just beaten the crud out of until it becomes like sort of sticky, glutinous, all very appetizing. That was way too hot for me. Let's get started. So the first place we stayed in Japan was Kyoto, and we had this beautiful traditional style house which is called a minka house, you know, with the sliding kind of paper doors. It had tatami mat flooring and a genkan where you take your shoes off and you put your like house slippers on or whatever you wear around the house. Right next door to this traditional house, we were right by a Kyoto handcraft centre. Boy did we get a lot there. It was just full of amazing Japan-made handcrafts. Basically, I'm just going to start there. So the first thing we got, I think you can hear it, we saw, well I say we saw, we heard this bell, and it's just such a beautiful sound. What a lovely sound. So there it is, close up. Yeah, we tried loads out and this was by far the nicest sounding one. Also from the handicraft centre, a traditional Japanese knife. And oh boy, it's quite scary to look at. I'm really worried that I'm just going to slice my fingers during this and it's going to be a disaster video. Here it is. Ooh. Yeah, so it's a pretty sharp blade and it's got some cool writing down the side. I'm not sure what it means, I'll have to search on Google Translate, but it's a really good knife, and we tested it out on a watermelon and it was like real life Fruit Ninja. It was just like, yes, I'm gonna be cutting my vegetables with this knife all the time. We also got, and I got a couple of these as nice souvenirs for my family. Anyway, I got a Kokeshi doll. I'm not exactly sure on how much of the, you know, what the story is about them, but basically they're kind of a gift that you give to your friend, and they're iconic for their singular wooden kind of body and just kind of a head on top. So this is our one. Look at her, she's so pretty. I wish my hair was as sleek as that. I wanted one that had like kind of a couple of the places that we're planning on going to. So it's got Fuji in the background there and a Shinto shrine here. And yeah, I thought this one was the best because it had a couple of things on it. There was others that were just kind of you know, patterned, and they were very beautiful too, but I don't know, this one kind of stood out. I like the colours in this one. Also from this handcraft centre, they had beautiful glass, and yeah, this is something that Jordan got, but very carefully unwrapping. Yeah, I think it would look really nice with a candle in it actually, but I don't know what Jordan's plans are. probably keep it away from me. Super clumsy. They had this thing where if you buy things you get like points on a little card. I've lost the card, but with your points you get a free prize, and we got this cool stretchy bag which I shall use for my shopping. It actually stretches quite a lot. Yeah. But yeah, it reminds me of like a pineapple. And they also gave us some postcards which I sent, and this cool little Fuji tea towel. I reckon these are chopstick holders, but we just got two little frogs. They're cute. In the Imperial Palace in Kyoto, I got this little phone charm, and it has the 7 lucky gods on it. And now for the most stunning thing that I bought from Kyoto. It's this kimono. Oh, what a beauty. I'm just going to open the material out so you can see. And one last thing I think we got in Kyoto, I think that's the last thing from Kyoto, is one of these headbands. Now this is actually something Jordan got for a friend of his, but I'm just going to take it out and show you. And I think they say different things on them. What does this one say? Oh, it just says headband. I'm sure it doesn't say headband. Ninja headband. Maybe not in public. In my bedroom. Comment below if you know what it says. Moving on. So, forgot to mention these socks. Otters holding a shell. Ooh, so cute. Oh my god. In Kyoto we did a couple of things. We did Arashiyama, which is the bamboo forest, and it had absolutely beautiful gardens, massively thick bamboo. It was so cool. And there was a little art gallery. Well, it was someone's house. It was so beautiful, and everything was just covered in like thick green moss. I've never seen anything like it. Whilst we were there, we also did Fushimi Inari Taisha. It's a Shinto shrine, so pretty. The only thing was it was about 41 degrees that day. Boy was it hot, and it was a very steep climb all the way up to the top of this hill. We also did Kyoto Imperial Palace, and that was fascinating. It's beautiful. They have a massive pagoda there, a lovely like garden with some like a pond and things like that, and we just sat and chilled by the lake for a while. It was very pretty. After that we walked down Yokai Monster Street. Moving on from Kyoto, from here we got the bullet train, which, wow, it's so fast. So we got into Tokyo, and the first thing we had to buy in Tokyo is a Pasmo pass, and yeah, it's basically like a train pass. So first thing we did in Tokyo was go into an arcade. The arcades there are amazing. They're so good. They've got so many games. I played on Tetris and I came 3rd place on the leaderboard. Either that is an amazing feat or nobody plays Tetris. We went up the Tokyo Tower, which is kind of similar looking to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. It was pretty cool looking out over Tokyo like that. We just got this little kind of cute little board thing here at the bottom of the tower, and I couldn't resist because I've wanted one of these for a long time, but here I have a lucky cat. Probably made in China. But I thought they were Chinese, but apparently the Japanese have lucky cats too, and they do like their cats. We went to a couple of cat cafes. He's very happy. Then on the day we went to the Tokyo National Museum, we stopped by this shop. Oh my god. It just had so many awesome toys in it. The toy shop's called Yamashiroya. I think I pronounced that right. So from this shop I got none other than Squirtle. Yes, I got a Squirtle toy. Comment below if your favourite Pokemon Squirtle. I don't know, I just think he's the cutest of them all. I also bought this Pokemon, and I bought this for Jordan because Jordan thinks that if I were a Pokemon, I would be Slurpuff. I'm not really sure if it's a compliment. I mean, it's a pretty powerful Pokemon. Yeah, so that. Thanks, Jordan. I'm the round pink cupcake Pokemon. Anyway, he made it better by winning me these two little hamsters. We also got a Pikachu because I don't think you can go to Japan without buying something that's Pikachu on it. Japan loves Pikachu! At the bottom they had a load of Studio Ghibli stuff, so I got this little Totoro charm. I love it. So cute. I've been trying to win this like giant penguin that was wearing bunny ears. It just wasn't meant to be. I wouldn't have been able to take it back, but I found a little version of it in this toy shop. Also, who doesn't go to Japan without buying a Tamagotchi? Still unopened. I've not opened this yet, and I'm kind of scared that like I won't know what to do because it'll all be in Japanese. Yeah, I'm going to play with my Tamagotchi later. And I also got this pen. It's a My Neighbour Totoro pen. It writes in red and black, so cool. Another shop we went to, I can't remember the name of this one, but it had lots of really awesome figurines from like Marvel and comic books and cartoons. So I got myself a little Buttercup because I think if I was a Powerpuff Girl, I'd probably be most like Buttercup. Plus my favourite colour's green. And in another shop, I saw this, and I'm intending to make a patch jacket with it, so yeah. When we stayed in Tokyo, we stayed right by Shibuya, right by the main station as well. Towards the station, there's this little Shiba Inu statue, and we looked up what that was about, and it was a Shiba Inu called Hachiko, and he would go to work with his owner and say goodbye to him at the station, and then when his owner came back from a day of work, the Shiba Inu would turn up and greet him. And it's quite a sad story because one day the owner died whilst he was at work, but the Shiba Inu came back, and he came back at the same time every day. He's become the symbol of loyalty in Japan, so couldn't leave there without getting a little Hachiko plushie, and we got some for our friends too. Another cool shop we went to was called Tower Records, and it's a pretty big yellow building, and I thought this would be quite interesting, and it might give me some inspiration for some artworks, because Japanese fairy tales are weird. The Adventures of Kintaro, the Golden Boy. The Golden Boy. At the end of our stay in Tokyo, we got these free tea towels as well. Apparently in Japan they love to give you free tea towels. On our penultimate day in Japan, we took a trip outside and we went to see Fuji. It was just lovely to see the Japanese countryside. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get to see Fuji that day because... And from the base you can kind of get how big it is, and it's huge. And up the top of Fuji we just got a few little bits. First things first, we got a beautiful Fuji fan. And this one, which has a little geisha on it. Then up Fuji I got a brush pen, and I needed to include an arty thing, probably for doing calligraphy, Japanese calligraphy. Then we got matchy mugs. I think they're so beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Whilst we were exploring the area to see Fuji, we went in this cool shop and I got some rocks. It's an amethyst. And I got some fool's gold. And the last tiny little rock that I got was another Studio Ghibli. But yeah, it came in a tiny little box and you don't know what you're going to get. You might get a different colour every time. But it had this beautiful wrapping on it. The last thing that I got in Japan, and probably my most successful, basically you can use these train passes in the arcades. What? Yes, only in Japan can you use what is essentially an Oyster card in an arcade. So yeah, I had 100 yen left on this, which is like one go on one of those grabber machines. And I'd been trying all week. I'd spent most of my money to no avail. I won this little dude with my last 100 yen. So yeah, that concludes everything that I got from Japan. It was really good fun and a very inspiring experience. Part of the reason I wanted to travel was because I wanted to see places that could potentially inspire my artwork, and it definitely did. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Japan haul. Thanks very much for watching. Bye. Oh, it stopped working. Bye!